للدحري سرئي أبعيدي سبقل أكرمت دوب حقاي ما أيام سيبلو سريئهم دعا أبكلنا زلون منطاي.
Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Stop killing innocent people. Stop killing innocent people. Stop killing our families. Stop killing our families. Stop destroying our country. Stop destroying our country. Stop destroying our church. Stop destroying our church. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Stop raping our sisters. Justice for Tigray. Justice for Tigray. Justice for Tigray. Abiy must go. Abiy must go. Abiy must go. Eritrean troops must leave Tigray immediately. Eritrean soldiers must leave Tigray immediately. Eritrean soldiers must leave Tigray immediately. Tigray Sabalawa. Tigray Sabalawa. Tigray Sabalawa. Tigray Allan Alkhi. Tigray Allan Alkhi. أجهم حزبنا. أجهم حزبنا. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. I stand with Tigray. We stand with Tigray. We stand with Tigray. We stand with Tigray. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop the war. Stop the war. Stop the war. Stop starving our people. Stop starving our people. Stop starving our people. Stop starving our people. Stop killing innocent people. Stop killing innocent people. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. My ethnicity is not a crime. 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 I am proud to cry. 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 Stop the war. Stop the war. Stop the war. Leave Tigray alone.
All over the leaders around the world, they said we concerned. That's not enough. That's not enough. They should do more than that. We need action. We need action. I want to say something more. This cross can be made by someone, can be held by someone. But this is a blessed cross, which is blended in action. So many years ago, I heard it around the world. This cross belongs the Ark of the Covenant in Aksum. And the people of Tigray, while they praying on Sunday morning, more than 750 people were murdered. Bible versus Kalashnikov. Bible versus bomb. They've been killed instantly. May I call your name or no? May I call your name or no? May I call Jennifer? I want to say this. What happened in Tigray is, repeat again, what happened in Tigray, like Mr. Morrison, pick up the jets, the war jet, and bombarding Mr. Daniel Andrew in Victoria, and bombarding the Queensland, and bombarding Tasmania. How do you feel about it, Jennifer? Horrible thing is happening. The world is seeing those group of people in St. Mary called Arat Kilo in Addis Ababa, advisor of Daniel Kibret, which I call diacon, but he's a Satan. He's not a diacon to me. I'm not a diacon. And YouTube makers, don't use this. I'm not saying I'm a priest. I'm not saying I am a diacon. I'm not saying a bishop. I just bring this for evidence that I came from the strongest religion part of Tigray. I brought it here for evidence, but I'm nothing. I'm not allowed even to hold this. But as I'm saying, what I said before, now and on, and world leaders, they need to open their eyes and they need to listen and do something, save those children. More than 2.5 million children are dying because of hunger and thirsty. You might see a boy or girl taking a dirty water drinking and his stomach was like a balloon. What will happen after a week? They will die. Still they dying. On the Epiphany of Ethiopia, they hold the cross. And the Pope in Ethiopia, they having meat and special drinks. My people would get killed facing a bullet. And the people who brought from nothing to something, they face shooting in front of them on Epiphany Day. They call Christian? No, they are a group of devil. I call them devil. I'm not afraid of this. Second, a blind man, he doesn't have a hand. He lost his eyes because of the first war. He left his hand because of second war. And then he can't see. And he doesn't know where he's going. The bullet was coming from his ear, from his back, from his throat. He doesn't know. He gets shot and killed. How cruel are they? How cruel are they? I can't control. I don't want to be crying. Tigray, I never cry. We are strong. Doesn't matter how we look. Short, black, fat. Our heroism is in our blood. Tigray تزعر. Tigray تزعر. Tigray تزعر.
2020 in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. Between the two sides, the Tigray regional government led by the Tigray People's Liberation Front and its forces supporting the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. The war in Tigray has affected many people, some being our relatives, brothers, sisters, cousins, and grandparents. But the most of all, it has affected over 56,000 people, half of which being children who have migrated across the Sudanese border all alone, who are now hungry and without aid. Many humanitarian agencies have been denied access to the Tigray region, as essentials like food, water, and medicine continue to run low. The salvation crisis continues to grow as Abiy Ahmed is continuously denying access towards those who are much needed to provide life-saving assistance to millions of people across the Tigray nation, many of those who are young, helpless children.
We are 14-year-old girls born and raised in Sydney, Australia. We have the privilege of going to our families, playing with our friends and family, and having the privilege of speaking here today. The children in Tigray do not have this privilege. The children in Tigray are being starved. The children are running away from bombs. These children are fleeing their homes and running to refugee camps in Sudan. The children of Tigray are being denied their basic human rights. These children, starting from the age of 2, were forced to leave their homes in the middle of the night with nothing but clothes on their back, leaving their family and everything they once had behind. Which is why we gather here today, to voice the voiceless. We are the only hope. I stand here today to condemn this genocide and be the voice of the children. Children should be in school, reading books and having fun, but instead they are hiding in the midst of a war. Justice for Tigray!
Justice for Tigray!
Justice for Tigray!
Justice for Tigray!
Thank you, girls. Thank you. Do you know the last 80 days, all communication to Tigray is being cut off. No telephone services, no internet, no electricity, no journalists can get in to the country, to the state of Tigray, and no humanitarian services can get in. Why did Abiy Ahmed cut off all communications? Because he was just hiding it from the world community, and he can kill as much as he can.
stand here today to honor the innocent lives that have been lost under this senseless war, this horrific genocide. The past 80 days has been extremely difficult for the Tigray community all over the world, as our families are the ones experiencing this. The reconnection of communication in the Tigray capital city, Mekelle, brought disheartening news to us all. And this is the only one part of the Tigray region. Our people have been executed in the most horrific ways for protecting their families and their homes, and they're simply being Tigrayan. On the 15th of December, it was reported that 750 Tigrayans were murdered by the Ethiopian troops and Amhara militia in Zion Church in the ancient city of Aksum in Tigray. This news only came light as people were able to flee Aksum to Mekelle and speak on this massacre. We will continue to fight in your honor. It is our duty to continue to protest as we must ensure that the names we are about to mention have not died in vain, and justice will be achieved for our martyrs. Mama Mulu Ashenda died in Mekelle, November 28, 2020, killed from a strike in Mekelle. Justice for Mama Mulu. Justice for Mama Mulu. Futsum Abraha and Goitom Hagos, young Tigray, killed by Abiy Ahmed soldiers in Mekelle, Tigray. Justice for Futsum and Goitom. Justice for Futsum and Goitom. Selan Yohannes, killed in Shire, Tigray, from heavy artillery shelling by Abiy Ahmed and Eritrean troops. Justice for Selan. Justice for Selan. Nur Hussein, young Tigray, who was killed by Abiy soldiers in Mekelle while protecting his Tigray and his properties from looters. Justice for Nur. Justice for Nur. Mabel Zebruk, young Tigrayan girl killed in Mekelle when fascist Abiy Ahmed shelled Mekelle with heavy artillery. Justice for Mabel. Justice for Mabel. Weldai Gebrekidan, a retired commander, a police officer who served his community for over 25 years, massacred by Eritrean troops in his home in Hausen on November 25th. Justice for Weldai. Justice for Weldai. Eshi Yamane, a 42-year-old priest who was slaughtered with 8 other priests by Abiy and Ethiopian soldiers in Tempe. Justice for Eshi Yamane. Justice for Eshi Yamane. Berhana Alamtai, 27, killed by Eritrean troops. Together, his 5 friends in one room in Wokro. Justice for Berhana. Justice for Berhana. A teacher in Tempian, among the massacred by Eritrean and Abiy soldiers in Tempian. Justice for Alam Sagad. Nur Hussein, young Tigray, who was killed by Abiy soldiers in Mekelle while protecting his Tigray and his properties from being looted. Justice for Nur. Tesfu Wadajo, a deacon, and other 15 civilians were killed by the invading Eritrean force and Abiy Ahmed soldiers in Tigray while they were trying to protect the Addis pharmaceutical factory from looting in Tigray. Justice for Tesfu. Justice for Tesfu. Binyam Yamane. Binyam got married on October 18, 2020. He is among the many civilians killed by the Eritrean soldiers inside St. Mary's Church in Dingalat with his sister Arsama, who was 18. Justice for Binyam and Arsama. Justice for Binyam and Arsama. Alam Tsahai, killing of a Tigrayan family, genocide on a family. Isaias Askudom, a well-known businessman in Tigray. His son, Isaac Isaias, and his sister, Alam Tsahai Askudom, were killed by Abiy Ahmed in Tigray. Justice for the Askudom family. Justice for the Askudom family.
Arsema Gemane ran to the nearby Mariam with many others when Ethiopian Defense Force and Eritrean troops started shelling the city. The Eritrean troops followed them into the church, ordered them to dead soldiers, and murdered them after. Justice for Arsema. Dawit Kebede, a Tigray TV media journalist and news presenter, a father of 2 children who was detained and released only 4 days ago. Dawit and his cameraman colleague Barakat was killed in front of the UN office in Mekelle. This is the Abiy Ahmed's government attempt on Tigray voices. Justice for Dawit and Barakat. The media has repeatedly said that an independent investigation is needed to recover the truths of what is happening in Tigray. As I stand here today, I have a question for the world watching. What are you waiting for? How much more blood is needed to shed to finally come to the conclusion that there is a genocide happening in Tigray? The names that we have called today are real people killed in this war. The media's most frequent statement is that there is no independent verification that there is a genocide. But the Ethiopian government has blocked communication access to Tigray and has restricted access for humanitarian workers and journalists to enter the region. Rather than questioning the genocide, the world should be asking, what are the atrocious acts being committed in the Tigray region that a communication blockout is needed? The names we have just read have been innocent victims of a senseless war. There are Australians here in the Tigray community that have lost family members in this war. Is this not enough proof to start condemning and punishment of these acts and hold these actions accountable for? Now, we will have a 1-minute silence to honor our martyrs. Justice for Tigray. Justice for Tigray. Stop this genocide. Stop this genocide. Stop this genocide.
القهبي مسكر مريم زي زرق حسيخي عوام زدخل دوكو عن كلنا زي زرق كي عنقلا كي تمسكري بحصار دم جاقانو خيك حد تخون مسكركي زدفرت اللوخ كفرت وخينو يفرق نجيزة قدا في نسو نسغيقن حق مسكري حساوي ينكسام الحصو